Hello there, welcome to another talk, another meditation. And the reason I say that, and I've said it before, is because all my talks are meditations. And I think, that is very uniquely mine. And yeah, today's talk meditation is called Longing for Your Twin Flame. I think, when I had the idea to make this talk, it's very, very important. Because this is what's going on with a lot of people. And I'm not saying I disbelieve it. I do believe it, that there's truth to it. But I also think that anything good, whether you believe the system is governments or whatever, whatever. I think that it's possible that and I think what happens is great things can be manipulated. So this can be applied to this situation also. Could you use this whole twin flame thing as a trap? You could. And how devastated would people be if you create... I'm not saying it is that, because twin flames do exist. But how devastated would a lot of people be if they were to go down that pathway, and if that person wasn't the twin flame or person that they think? How that would destroy people. That would destroy people. So I think, and I'm not trying to put people off the path if you're on your path, but you've got to be streetwise. You see? But I think that also the twin flame thing is another distraction. It's another distraction. It's a way for people to get away from themselves and live in a fantasy. Let's live in this fantasy. Let's just not be present with what we really feel. And that's really what it is. You see? And that urge to distract yourself like that, if you have had that person there, that part of yourself that's wanting to distract would still be there. So maybe it's what I'm trying to get at is not to deny the twin flame thing, because like I say, I do believe in it. It makes sense to me. But maybe focus on the healing first. Because if you're needy and, in a fantasy world like that, you're still going to be that way with that person. You're just going to be the same. You see? So I think what is needed is to sit with yourself and to really, what is it, observe yourself on how you're trying to distract yourself all the time. And that'll really show you where the joy is. And I think I have no doubt in my mind that, I know that something like this is happening, but also, if we're dealing with a system, whatever people believe that system is, you've got to be streetwise. And things might initially be a good thing, but they can be used against you. And like I said at the start of this talk, think of it. Think of how... Imagine for a moment that the twin flame thing was like a trap. I'm not saying it is, I don't believe it is, but if something like that was real, couldn't a system, or the system, manipulate it? And if they could manipulate it, imagine what you could do to people. You could destroy people. I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm saying I think that when good things come around, I think this, whatever you think the system is, I'm not here to judge your beliefs, but they do manipulate things. You see? See, the system, I'm not going to go off topic here, but the system in general, this is my opinion, it's more to do with, it's an energetic thing. It's not, that's how I view it. And this relates to this talk, because what's happened is there's a mass awakening going on. And the 144,000, if you believe that, but it's certainly a small minority of people that are, and I think it's that small minority of people, what they call 144,000, that is the actual twin flames, or the twin flame connections. I think that to connect with such a situation or connection, romance like that, you'd have to be on the godly path. Also, like I said earlier, you would have to be healed because you've got to sustain that situation or relationship. And if you're not healed, the person isn't going to stop your triggers and stop your unhealed stuff. So I think, as painful as it might be, or as much as you might frown upon the idea, I think it's really about healing the stuff within. You are alone for a reason. And when you're longing for something or someone, what is really going on there is within you is hurting. And so I think it should be about why you hurting. It's not really because you long for someone. That's just the distraction. But what are you really trying to distract yourself from? And as you go deeper and deeper within, you see that it's really nothing to do with needing a person in your life. It's to do with a hurt within that is trying to soothe itself. Cling to something. You see? And if you heal that, and the other person heals that, that kind of situation would work. But it's not going to work if you've got people that are just trying to distract themselves, because those things are going to arise, and if you're, if it's in a relationship kind of situation, and that problems arise, then it's going to cause issues. So I think the focus should be on healing that within. Question always arises when I'm by myself, and it always comes up. I mean, I've got a mobile phone, but I don't really use it. I've got my mum's got an iPad, and I've got an iPad. And sometimes when I pick it up, or it could be something else I'm doing, but this question always comes up. It says to me, "What are you looking for, Sean?" And it's been going on for about a few years now, this question. It arises all the time. And always when I'm trying to distract myself. What are you looking for? And what the higher self is trying to get at is what is within you, trying to soothe. And so this was repeated for a few years. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? And that was my higher self trying to get me to acknowledge this thing within that is trying to distract me. You see? And what it is, it's something within that is like scared, and I think this is going on in the masses as well. And the twin flame thing just now, a lot of people are using that and distracting themselves with that, but it's actually nonsense. Yes, such a connection might exist. Probably it does. But it's not going to work if you're both got these issues. It's not going to be able to sustain itself. Longevity. That just came into my mind right now. Yeah, it's not going to happen it's not going to happen because, but so the right pathway is to the two people to heal that, and then it's going to work out. Do you see what I mean? It's going to be a sustainable situation that's going to really work. So next time you feel that you're longing for your twin flame or whatever, ask yourself that question that always has come to me for a few years now. What are you longing for within you? What are you trying to soothe? What are you trying to escape from? And just let that, whatever it is, reveal itself to you when you're by yourself. They say you've got to feel it to heal it. You may start crying. I mean, this happened to me on this journey. My journey started from an unexpected spiritual awakening over 10 years ago now. I was 24, I'm 35 on October 22nd. And on this pathway, to cut a long story short, it was about faith. And I had the awakening because I had enough one day. And I meant it so much, and I knew everything was going to change. I had no idea about spiritual awakenings or anything, but I knew something had happened. And what I'd done was I made that choice to go within. You see? Anyone can do it. But I meant it with everything. And I never meant anything before. And it's been an inner healing path. And so it's not about distracting yourself from this thing that's longing. But it's about understanding that thing. Because if it's not that, it'll be something else you're trying to distract yourself with. What are you trying to do there? What are you trying to soothe or escape from? You see? There's something that is discontent with itself. And the more that you heal that, the more you'll let go of this want and this need. You see? And then, if you do have a situation where people get together in that situation, that's going to work. But like I say, if it's two people that are just trying to distract themselves from themselves, that's the pathway to destruction. And it isn't going to work out. As painful as it is, you're going to have to face yourself. You're going to have to, people talk about healing, it's very easy. You just face yourself. You just sit with yourself, face yourself. You have to face that within that is the issues. Like healing, people talk about narcissist or this mental label. You've got healed, you've got unhealed. You've got person getting triggered and person that's not getting triggered because they're healed. So it's just about doing the inner work. It's very simple. Simple, but not easy. And then when you start doing it, you'll heal yourself, let go of this pain that's making you long for someone or something. And then you're returning to who you truly are, which is tantric awareness, which is within the present moment. God, call it whatever you want. Tantric awareness. It's peaceful, tranquil, but in it is an aliveness, a euphoria, an orgasmicness, a love, a peace. And that is the core essence of who you are. And this is the twin flame connection also. But it can't work unless you do this inner healing work. And I hope that helped. And I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, songs, and much, much more, please do check my website. My new talk is always at the top of my homepage on my website. And my website address is www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you.